let's go through what I believe the best possible team right now on Dokkan looks like for the very first LR Carnival exclusive Super Saiyan Goku. I will drop Cooler's video later on today, but I had to pay respect to Goku first. You know how it is. Now, I understand not every single person watching this video is going to have every single character here. It's just the way, you know, it is. But unfortunately, I mean, listen, I will show alternatives in case you don't have specific units. But when it comes to these types of videos, you're going to need very specific units to make the team I'm showing you work. And I'm going to explain why I chose the units that I chose. So if you disagree at first, just hear me out, and then I think everything will make sense at the end of the day. Now, for today's really quick subscriber challenge, before we hop into this video, I need you to be very honest with me. If you think Goku is better than physical Raditz, whether it's true or not, you got caught lacking today and you got to subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. Listen, I understand your point of view, but you're really disrespecting Raditz at the end of the day, and I can't really fall for that. You know, I've clowned this man a lot in my lifetime, but it's time we finally stand up and pay him the respect that he deserves. So if that's the way you think, you got caught lacking today, you got to subscribe. But if you think physical Raditz is low-key better than this Goku, then I can respect that as well, and you can skip today's subscriber challenge. Let's hop straight into today's video. So when it comes to the new Goku, first things first, we have to try and fit him on a 200% leader skill, and the only ones he currently has is either the power. I mean, I could be missing a few, but the relevant ones are the powerful comeback category and the, you know, the leader skill from the LR gods. Now, the issue with the powerful comeback category is simply that even though you have good characters here, when you compare it to the leader skill that the gods give, unfortunately, it's just not the same. This category is good, but it's harder to be impressed by a category like this when you compare it to the category that, or the buffs from the leader skill that the gods give. So because of that, we're going to make the gods the actual leader of this team, and we're going to have Goku here be just a unit on the team, not necessarily like a leader of the team. Because again, powerful comeback is good, but it's not as good as this. And we need to make sure Goku is going to look as good as possible, because rotations also matter, and floating units and supporting units also matter. So hopefully we can all agree there. We're not using powerful comeback for this. We're going to use the LR gods as the leader for this team. Okay, now let's talk about main rotations. When it comes to Goku, you know, you have your own Goku and stuff. When it comes to your LR Goku, giving him a powerful rotation is obviously going to mean a lot. So let's go ahead and scroll down to see what his best linking partners look like, because we not only do they have to fit on this leader skill, but they have to work well with Goku himself, right? So the options here are LR AGO Gohan. And while I will say he definitely is the best linking partner, he literally shares all 7 links, the issue with LR Gohan is that he is not good, okay? At this point, with this power creep, he is not the same unit. When he gets an easy A, then we can talk about him on this team. But for right now, I'm not going to include Gohan, because even though he shares all 7 links, he is going to get you killed in an event, especially of the difficulty that we are seeing today. So Gohan, I don't think is a candidate for this team. But again, if you have Gohan and none of these other units, and I think that's fair. Anyways, then we have the exchange Goku and Gohan, who unfortunately does not fall under this specific leader skill, so we can't use him. LR Tech Gogeta is good, but there's one issue with him, and that is the fact that when I show you the rest of this team, there's too much tech units on this team, which can definitely lead you a really bad, like down a bad path if you're fighting like a really strong int boss, for example. So while LR Tech Gogeta is good, I don't think he's the best fit for this team. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think the best fit for Goku on rotation for a, you know, an actual, you know, cohesive team here is going to be the physical 3-year LR Gogeta. The reason why I say this is because everyone else here is good to fit with the new Goku, but we're trying to focus this team around the movie heroes part of this specific category, right? And I'm going to explain to you why in a second as well. But Goku here, he's not going to work the greatest with his, at least share 6 links. Like, you can't really complain about 6 links. And the great thing about this category is that Goku has his beautiful guard and beautiful revive, but Gogeta is also bringing that insane heal and his dude, the ability to dodge, the ability. What else does this guy do? Hold on. The dodging. Let me go ahead and transform him here really quick, just so I can go ahead and see. So it's easy 8 here. The 200% is insane. The full HP recovery is insane. Effective against all types. Sorry. Critical hits aren't like this guy is not someone. I mean, he's not as good as like LR Int Vegito for sure. I can understand that, but I think these two on rotation with each other, sharing 6 links on a 200% leader skill team, is definitely going to look very, very good. Again, you have better options, but not for the team we're trying to build here. And again, I'll show you that in a second. So this is what I'm going to say is the first main rotation. The second main rotation, you're going to want to go ahead and have your LR Tech Gods. And I would say you might want to link up the Gods, honestly, with just God Goku here. If you're fighting a movie boss's enemy, or you're fighting a pure Saiyan, which is definitely a lot of the times, this Goku cannot take damage. And while he's not taking damage, you're getting this unit to be built up. And once it transforms, it's pretty much game over, all right? Even though this unit is not as great as some of these other units now, the LR Gods are not on par with some other units. I get it is what it is. They're still like top 5 or anything like that, but they still are top 5, but they're not the craziest unit in the game anymore. Even so, the Gods are still incredibly OP. Let's not disrespect them at all. Again, you could rock some other units here, but like physical Gogeta is already linked up with the other Goku. Tech Gogeta is good, but I mean, the thing with I'd rather have a unit with how good defensive, like this Goku, I feel like is going to give you more defensive utility than this Gogeta is. And granted, this Gogeta can have that scouter effect and stuff, but I think this Goku is going to give you more defensive capabilities than that Gogeta is going to in the long run, especially with a majority of the fights that we're going to see in this game. And that's why I didn't pick Gogeta for this rotation here, because imagine having 2 main rotations as tech, just full tech units. I mean, tech is pretty OP, but we need some variation in these rotations. So I would say the first 2 main rotations is the Gods and God Goku, and then we have the Goku, and then the 3-year fusing EZ8 LR physical Gogeta. That's what I'm going to say right now is actually 2. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, there we go. Never mind. So those are what I would consider the 2 rotations, main rotations for this team. And so that basically takes care of what, 4 units. Then we have the other friend LR God. So technically that's considered 5 units already, which means that we do need 2 floating units, 2 supporting units, 2 off rotation units to make this team complete, and have a few options here. The first one, if you were lucky enough to pull him, you're going to want this STR Piccolo. This guy is absolutely amazing. The reason why I wanted to focus so hard on movie heroes for this is because this Piccolo here gets stronger when you have movie hero category allies on the rotation, giving him extra damage reduction. And we know how important floating units are. I'm telling you right now, your team is only as strong as your 3rd slot rotating units, because if they can't take hits, you're going to die. But this Piccolo can definitely take a hit. 200% to defense, guarding all attacks, an extra 50% once he gets touched for a few turns. He can build up to an extra 30% damage reduction, which is going to come in super clutch once mixed in with literally everything else. He's raising defense. Like if you want to make this guy as good as possible, you want to focus on movie heroes for this team. And this guy also is supporting super class, not just specifically movie heroes or anything else. He's supporting super class allies. So you could technically still run another character under this leader skill. As long as it's super class, you're going to be good to go. So all in all, I feel like these 2 as main rotations. Hold on. There we go. These 2 as 1 main rotation. These 2 as the other main rotation. Then Piccolo floating in and out of every single turn, supporting the team while offering a very strong defensive core at the 3rd slot is something that you're really going to want to take advantage of, if you will. That is, I would say, 1 unit I definitely recommend in that 3rd slot. Then we also have the option of physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The reason why I really like this guy in the 3rd slot, he doesn't necessarily support the team, which is definitely because you really want to have units who are supporting the rotation. It just makes the team so much more cohesive. But this Goku, right, 200% to defense. By the way, this guy is on the 200% leader skill. Actually, Piccolo is not. Keep that in mind. Piccolo's on movie heroes, and that is pretty much it. So he does not have the 200% leader skill. But again, everything he does here, I think, is definitely going to be good enough. And then we have this physical Goku here. And again, the 200% to attack. He does fit on the 200% leader, so please keep that in mind. We have the Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Where's Kamehameha? There we go. Then this guy gets an extra 50% when performing a super attack, which makes him very strong defensively. The defensive raise he's going to get is also very strong. And since he's in the third slot, he's going to attack first before he gets attacked. Which again, unless you're fighting like an AoE boss, you're going to be pretty much good to go. But keep in mind, he can perform up to 4 attacks in a turn. 4 super attacks, that is. Which means you're raising your defense 4 times. You got this proc, the 200% attack here, the high chance to crit. Everything this guy is doing makes him look like a really solid defensive option in the third slot. And again, the third slot is you want really strong defensive units. This Goku is going to give you that and more with all the offensive capability he can have. So I would say he's a great slot or choice, for that third slot as well. I'll also mention LR Great Saiyaman if you don't have any of these 2 units. This unit is not the greatest of all time. They do not fit on the entire 200% leader skill, which will definitely weaken your team slightly. But I feel like the 4 key and 50% defense is just a massive, massive buff. So imagine giving that to this rotation and or this rotation. Like, that is not a buff you really want to play around with. So I would say if you have this LR Rainbow to Easy 8, you don't have these other 2 units, or one of these 2, then you can definitely fit this unit in that slot as well. Then we also have AGL Pikkon. AGL Pikkon does not fit on the 200% leader skill, but he does have the 170 for movie heroes. And the thing with Pikkon is that with specific orbs, you can still support super class allies, which is definitely really, really good. And then he has the chance to give himself his own key, as well as a 50% chance to dodge and seals. With 1 rainbow key sphere obtained, very easy to manipulate the field, especially when you're in that third slot, giving you time to try and prep the field after getting the key that you need to with these LRs right here. So Pikkon, I think, is still a really, really good choice, and he saw some resurgence recently with the Cell Max event, and he's type disadvantage. It shows you this guy Pikkon, I think, is way better than people really give him credit for. I also want to say this, right? On this team, you can take advantage of what's it called, the active skill. So can be activated when facing only 1 enemy whose HP is 50% or more, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. Actually, hold on, not this. You can take advantage of this, but this right here, this is what I wanted to talk about. You can also activate his what's it called, the friend super attack. What is it called? The unit super attack. There we go. Because you do have this character right here. Where are they? You have the Angel Goku here and Angel Vegeta. So because you have that, you can take advantage of this as well. So you're still being able to access all of AGL Pikkon's sexy abilities here. So those are, 4 different options there. We have a few more, honestly. You can bring this Tech Vegeta. If you bring Tech Vegeta, though, you're going to have rotations of full tech. So even though this guy is stacking, and even though he's changing orbs, which are definitely going to help both of these main rotations, unfortunately, it could lead to more downfall than anything, but he's still an option, and he does not fit. Does he? No, he does not fit in the 200% leader skill, but he just has the 170, which is definitely better than nothing, right? And then we also have this physical GT Goku, who does fit on the 200% leader skill. Now, this Goku, the main reason why I'm bringing him up is simply because his ability to change orbs into rainbow is, again, going to help out these monstrous LR rotations, especially units like LR Tech Gogeta, right? Now, the one downfall of this guy is that a lot of his defense is going to come from GT Hero category allies. So if you don't have those on the team, this guy defensively is not going to look as good as what he could look like. So you are sacrificing a little bit of defense with this guy, but in exchange, you're getting a nice support in terms of the key spheres, which will hopefully allow your LRs to hit those 18 key super attacks and finish off the enemy before this Goku can literally get touched, right? So all in all, I feel like that's, the best team for this Goku. I would say 1 main rotation, 2 main rotation, another floating god, because you need that unit on the team, obviously, for the friend leader skill. And then I would say probably these 2 as the floating units. Again, you can make way. Actually, Piccolo and Pikkon would also be really. I think these 2 actually would be the best choice in terms of just defensive. And dude, I love the chance of dodge here. This guy has come in so clutch for me because of his chance to dodge. So I would say these two are the best because of the support as well. But Goku, for a unit to be strong defensively but also put out damage in that third slot, I also think is going to work very, very, very well. So let me know what you guys think. Do you disagree? Do you agree? I had to build this team around the movie heroes. I had to build at least the main rotations for movie heroes because I really wanted this Piccolo to shine. And the better this Piccolo is, the better all these units are going to look at the end of the day, because again, he is supporting all super class allies. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Good luck wording this team if you do. Let me know how it works. And I also want to mention really quickly that if you, let's say, don't have like the LR gods, you can technically, you know, get away. I mean, this Gohan and Goku wouldn't necessarily work, but you can still get away with like a Kamehameha team, right? Or, I mean, maybe, I'm trying to think. I don't want to be too ambitious here, but powerful comeback is still an option, right? You can run the Goku as your lead, then you can go ahead and run your Gohan unit. Where's Gohan's on powerful comeback, right? Hold on. Gohan isn't on powerful comeback? Wait, hold on. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan isn't on powerful comeback? Did he not have a powerful comeback? Or did I watch the anime wrong? Okay. Well, never mind. I was gonna say you can run this guy with Gohan on that team, but apparently Dokkan doesn't really want you to. I feel like that's kind of stupid though, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's kind of icky. But to get Gohan on the same team, again, Goku's family is still an option. You can still basically take advantage of the, what's it called? The Super Saiyan teams I was mentioning, Kamehameha, stuff like that. And then when it comes to those teams, you can still have some similar floating units. Just depends on what specific category you're looking for. So again, hopefully you enjoyed. Cooler video next. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.